It's Monday, the 15th of July, 2024. Now, we all know what happened to former President Donald Trump yesterday in his rally in Butler, I do believe the city or the town is. And he has made a recovery, and Biden spoke in public or to the nation about the whole situation. How is China's response to it? Well, I've been looking at quite a few. Yeah. And some are actually really impolite and just hate China that much and say, why did the gunman miss? Or if it was a Chinese sniper, he would have hit the bullet straight to his head. And all these comments like this. And another one goes on that there's two presidential candidates, Biden and Trump, and they don't have a brain between them. How insulting can that be to people who love Trump, to some people who love Biden? Yes, they are old. My own personal thoughts, and Biden is possibly the same as a lot. If I was in the USA, it would definitely be Trump. Why? Because Trump did so much in his candidacy in the 4 years from 2016 to 2020, basically, than Biden has ever done possibly in his whole life in politics. That's just my point of view. You can agree or disagree. But the Chinese response to it is shocking in a way that they do know what's going on. It was on national news there, but they say, this is normal in America, don't care about it. I wish Donald Trump was dead, some of the social media has said, which is really shocking because quite often I've never seen, and I do watch things a lot about China, I do see quite often things related to that you never see, saying, oh, I wish Xi Jinping was dead. I wish Xi Jinping would resign, and I wish the end of communism would happen, because obviously and clearly it doesn't work. In any eyes you see, it doesn't work, and democracy does. Different kind of democracies, but general democracy, yes, it does work, period. Communism, you can see through the evidence, does not work in that point of view. You can see what I'm saying. I know this is sort of like an angry rave that I'm going on, but I'm so sort of pissed off with some of the comments there. Two presidential candidates with no brain between them. Really? How come so many people love Trump? Yeah. Are you insulting those people as well? Because that's what you're implying. So I'm sort of like angst and annoyed of this situation. The sad thing is, and however wrong or right it is, that whatever the sniper did, etc., this 20-year-old kid basically, and of course it makes national news because the presidential election is sort of like the most famous around the world. Recently, you had the UK election. It's sort of like very mild compared to the USA. But when something happens like this, like it happened the last time, I think was Ronald Reagan in Washington or New York City, and he survived the attack, and he's granted as one of the best presidents ever in modern history, so to speak. So with Donald, people were saying lucky he moved his head at the right time, etc. Some people are saying some conspiracy theories related to this. Some people are even saying on Chinese media that it was a Russian hitman or assassination expert. Some people are saying CIA, but none of this actually comes from the USA. It just comes from a lot of international media, and a lot is conspiracy theories. But when they sort of insult and being rude to the gentlemen who want to be the next president and say they don't have brains between them, you are insulting the American voting population, which is wrong, which is bad, and which is impolite. I would love to say bad words to them, and I would love to have just to shout at them, because it's just so wrong. And you can see that a lot of people who do lead Chinese propaganda, the Westerners who live in China, were just 100%, they're sort of being motivated by the Chinese political party, Xi Jinping and his cronies and all the things like that. So if this video does, I'm not an intellectual person, I would support Trump. I wouldn't support Biden. That's my own point of view. Again, agree or disagree. But you can see how communism is failing because they're just saying all these impolite, inferior words. And can you get my sort of like anger with this? But here I am on YouTube. I want to say the words, but I'm just restraining myself. And everyone does have a point of view. But I think that point of view shouldn't do personal insults. And this is what these propagandists in China do. They do personal insults. If I write a comment there, they would say, "You don't know what you're talking about, you stupid white clown." Yeah, I've got that before when I do. So I would comment under a different YouTube name there. And what they do also is that they delete any negative comments and they only keep the positive ones. You know, the people who are watching this, who do this, they know who they are. Compared to my channel here, where there are some comments, but if you do insult me personally, yeah, I will block you. That's fair enough, personal. But if you disagree, it stays there because it's always good to see two sides of the argument. These Western propagandists who are saying two brains, the two presidents don't have any brains between them, is just one-sided argument. And I dislike these people a lot for this. I'm not going to name names, but I'm sure the people who are talking about it, they are just doing it as propaganda and just doing it for clicks. And I'm just responding to them, not on behalf of the American nation. It's just my own point of view. You may agree. You may come from a different country and you may agree with these Western clowns, as they like to call me. So I think it's fair I can call them the same name. That they do this and they do personal. Stick with the facts and don't do personal insults to people. It's impolite, it's childish, it's just immature, and bye-bye for now. Tired.